Hello, welcome back to Mark's Garden UK. It's 10 o'clock at night and I've come down to the wildlife pond and I'm hoping to get some footage of the bats which I've observed flying around in circles above the pond. And then what I'll do, if I get some footage, I'll try and slow it down and see if we can get some close-ups. Now, I came down here the other day and sat on a boulder by the edge of the pond and the bats were literally flying right in front of my face. So if this little experiment works, hopefully we'll get some nice footage of these bats. So let's see what we can capture on camera. I'll go behind the camera and you might hear me giving you some narration if I'm seeing anything worth talking about. Now there is the pond down there, so I'm tilting the camera slightly up towards the sky, and hopefully if we see a bat we will have it silhouetted against the sky behind. And I think I've just seen them. Yes, there they are. Now the camera, the flash is on the camera, so I'm hoping that will illuminate them just enough for us to capture them. I'm just going to tilt it back a little bit further. Here they come. Can you see them flying around in circles? Now there are some insects flying in front of the lens as well, and they are also hidden by the trees to the left. So I think what I might do is very carefully move the camera over here a little bit so that all the sky is behind them, and let's see what we can get from down here. And there they are again, flying around in circles. It's unbelievable, really. I only put this pond in 2 months ago and it's already full of pond life. The birds come down all the time and feed at the water's edge. But now we've got at 10 o'clock at night, July, middle of July, bats circling overhead, and I hope we are getting some good footage of this. I don't know how much it's going to focus in on them, but you can certainly see them. I know because I'm looking at the screen of the camera. You can certainly see them flying around. They're not as close as they were the other night when I was sat here observing them. It might be because the camera lens, the camera flashlight is on. Having said that, one has just come quite close to the lens. That is quite incredible. I just hope that the camera is focusing on these bats. Can you see them there? I'm going to be quiet for a moment and enjoy the bats, and I shall let you carry on watching them on the video. Just going to reposition the camera a little bit so that it's a bit closer to the edge of the pond. Hopefully we'll get a bit of a close-up. I'd love it if one could just fly past at the lens, towards the lens, and possibly we could get some footage of it. All the time I'm kind of moving the camera and adjusting the camera to try and find the optimum place to get some footage of these bats. But they're about, the closest they're getting to the camera at the moment is about 3 meters. And the other night they came within 1 meter of where I'm sitting. So I'm going to stay perfectly still. And I'm going to hope that they come closer and we can get some close-up footage. And wouldn't it be wonderful if one flew right past the lens of the camera towards me, and then we might be able to slow it down in the edit and get some slow motion footage of these bats. Quite incredible. I think there are 3 or 4 ones just gone right past, really right close, about a foot away from the camera, but it went from left to right. So whether I'll be able to capture that, I don't know, but I'm hoping that one comes towards the camera and then we can get it flying at the lens of the camera. I'm amazed by this. I'm surprised at how well the camera seems to be getting their movement. Already I think we've got about 6 minutes of footage of these bats, and they're still there, they're still in the sky above my head. This area, which is where the wildlife pond is, seems to be and it's the most remote part of my garden from the lane that goes up past the cottage. The cottage is over there in the distance. Can you see? And that over there is my apple tree, which is uplit. Let's just go back in again and see if we can get some more footage. It's actually raining slightly, so a lot of the movement across the screen that you can see is rainfall coming down from the sky, but that's not deterring these bats. One has literally gone past my ear just now, and they really are very close. I could reach out and grab them if I was fast enough. They don't seem shy of the camera flash at all, and I'm wondering if I can turn that flash off at this point and see if it makes any difference. I've turned the flash off and it's not made any difference to the quality of the picture. So now let's see. I wonder. Now the objective of the flash was to light the bats as they went past the lens, and of course I won't benefit from that light now, so I probably won't get any detail. You'll probably just get black shapes going past the lens. So I may actually just put that lens flash back on, and in fact it might benefit us because the flash might attract insects. Of course that's what the bats are here for, the insects. Let's carry on and see if we can get some more footage of these incredible creatures. They're actually a protected species in the UK, bats. And if you're not from the UK, I'll just explain one or two of the rules and regulations. If you live in a house and you find bats in your house, in your loft, the bats take precedence over everything. They're protected. If you want planning permission to alter your house, you have to get special permission. And if you're in a type of property in an area where bats are known to exist, you have to do a bat survey, and that can involve paying people to come and sit in your garden all night, like I'm doing now, counting the bats which come in and out of your house. And I know this from experience because I tried to convert one of my outbuildings in a previous house, and subject to the outcome of that survey, you might then have to pay a licensed person to come along and move the bats. And in some cases, you might have to even build them a roost to be moved to. Such value is attached to these creatures of the night. We have several different varieties of bats in the UK. And one that I can think of at the moment is called a pipistrelle bat. It's an interesting name. Now the rain is starting to get a little bit heavier now, and I've got 8 minutes of footage, so I'm going to call it a night. And I'm going to go inside and edit this and see if I can get anything meaningful to show you on camera. I'm scanning around the sky now, and there aren't any bats at the moment, so I think I'll call it a day. Hope you've enjoyed this. It remains to be seen whether we get anything worthwhile. There's the water surface down here, and you can see the sky reflected. And again, there's the cottage in the distance. I'll go in now, make myself a cup of tea, and I'll see you soon for some more nocturnal adventures. Bye for now.